The war chamber of the Galactic Council became quiet as Admiral Zexar's mandibles clicked anxiously against his carapace. The holographic display repeated the same catastrophic scene for the third time. Entire Vrex battalions, equipped with their advanced plasma, shields, and kinetic barriers, lay still across the battlefield. No energy signatures, no explosive remnants, no evidence of the weapons that had caused their demise. "Impossible," hissed Commander Yalara, her scaled hands clutching the edge of the tactical table. "Our scanners detected no plasma discharge, no particle beams, and no projectile weapons whatsoever. How can a primitive species like humanity achieve such outcomes?" Elsa Chen, the sole human representative in the chamber, remained composed at the far end of the table. Her dark eyes mirrored the swirling hologram as she observed the alien commanders grappling with their bewilderment. She had anticipated this response. "Perhaps," she spoke softly, "your understanding of weapons is too limited." The gathered aliens directed their various appendages and sensory organs toward her. The Rex had dominated this sector for millennia with their advanced technology and energy-based warfare. They had subjugated numerous species, all of whom had ultimately yielded to their plasma cannons and photon destroyers. Humanity was expected to be yet another simple conquest. "Clarify your statement, human," Admiral Zexar insisted, his translator converting his chittering into concise standard. "Our intelligence reports suggested that your species had only just achieved interstellar travel. Your weapons were classified as rudimentary projectile launchers and chemical explosives." Elsa rose slowly, her movements intentional. "That is where you made your initial error. You dispatched scouts to observe our military facilities, our factories, and our contemporary cities. However, you have never examined our past." She activated her personal holo display, and instantly the chamber was filled with images that appeared remarkably ancient to the gathered aliens. Humans donned in primitive attire stood in expansive fields, grasping what seemed to be curved sticks with strings attached. "This is a bow," Elsa stated plainly. "Humanity has utilized them for over 70,000 years." Commander Yalara's neck scales undulated in what her species interpreted as laughter. "You cannot genuinely propose that primitive hunting instruments could breach our shields. Your shields are engineered to disperse energy and deflect high-velocity projectiles." Elsa persisted, her tone remaining at a conversational level. "They are extraordinary pieces of technology, yet they possess one critical flaw." The hologram transitioned, presenting slow-motion footage of an arrow in flight. The projectile glided with intentional elegance, its wooden shaft and metal tip appearing almost organic in contrast to the sleek technology surrounding them. "Velocity threshold," murmured Helen Torvik, the Confederation's chief military strategist. The pale, cybernetically enhanced human had remained silent until this moment, but his augmented eyes reflected rapid calculations. "The shields do not engage for objects traveling below a specific speed." Admiral Zar's mandibles widened in perplexity. "That is technically accurate, but such slow projectiles could never breach our armor." Elsa beamed for the first time since entering the chamber. "Show them the agent court footage, Helen." The hologram shifted once more. It now showcased human soldiers, their faces adorned for battle, positioned behind enormous wooden structures that overshadowed even their formidable frames. The bows they wielded were not the rudimentary hunting tools depicted in the earlier image. These bows were long, almost as tall as the warriors themselves, made from laminated wood and horn. Elsa narrated that the English longbow could penetrate plate armor at a distance of 200 meters, with a draw weight of 150 pounds or more. Some of our ancestors were capable of releasing 12 aimed arrows every minute. The aliens observed with intrigue as historical footage depicted volleys of arrows darkening the medieval skies, descending upon armored knights with a devastating impact. However, this is ancient history, Commander Yalara protested. Surely your contemporary militaries have moved on from such primitive practices. Yes, Helen interjected, his enhanced voice resonating with harmonic overtones that caused the aliens' translation devices to struggle. But you were the ones who invaded our agricultural worlds first, our frontier colonies, where people still hold memories of the old ways. The hologram transitioned to recent battlefield footage from the Vrex invasion. Humans donned in simple attire navigated through dense forests with fluid grace, their composite bows drawn with mechanical precision. Yet, these were not the wooden weapons of the past. They were wonders of modern engineering, constructed from carbon fiber and titanium alloys, equipped with pulleys and cams that amplified their power beyond what their ancestors could have envisioned. Modern compound bows, Elsa elucidated, can achieve arrow speeds nearing 400 feet per second while maintaining impeccable accuracy at extreme ranges. This is below your shield activation threshold, yet with sufficient kinetic energy to breach any personal armor we have encountered. Admiral Zar's chittering became increasingly agitated as the footage progressed. Breck's soldiers, assured in their energy shields and advanced armor, fell silently to arrows that appeared to emerge from the forest itself. The humans moved like phantoms, shooting from concealment before vanishing back into the terrain they were intimately familiar with. Your soldiers were caught off guard, Helen remarked with a chilling satisfaction. No energy signature to monitor, no heat bloom to aim at, merely wood, metal, and human craftsmanship refined over thousands of years. The chamber was filled with the sounds of clicking, hissing, and various alien expressions of astonishment. Commander Yalara's scales had changed to hues indicating profound embarrassment. Are you suggesting that we have been bested by hunting tools? Not hunting tools, Elsa gently corrected. War tools. The bow is not a primitive invention. It is a refined invention. 70,000 years of human ingenuity distilled into the most effective killing instrument our species has ever devised. She pointed to the hologram, which now displayed production facilities where humans manufactured arrows with the same accuracy they once reserved for starship components. Carbon fiber shafts, titanium broadheads, fletching designed by aerodynamic engineers who had worked on atmospheric entry vehicles. Your intelligence was accurate about one aspect, she continued. Humanity did create advanced weaponry, plasma rifles, particle cannons, fusion warheads, but we never overlooked the lessons our forebears imparted. At times, the traditional methods are the most effective methods. Admiral Zar's demeanor shifted from aggressive dominance to something resembling respect. The terms of surrender are straightforward, Elsa responded. Withdraw from all human territories, acknowledge our territorial claims, and perhaps most crucially, revise your intelligence protocols. The next time you wish to comprehend a species' capabilities, do not merely examine their latest technology, investigate their oldest. As the Galactic Council commenced the formal surrender process, Helen leaned in closer to Elsa. Do you think they will learn from this? Elsa observed the alien commanders grappling with their defeat, their advanced intellects struggling to grasp how they had been outmaneuvered by weapons their ancestors might have recognized. Perhaps, she spoke softly. However, I question whether they will ever fully comprehend. They perceive the bow as primitive due to its age. They fail to recognize that sometimes the longer an object endures, the more refined it becomes. The hologram dissipated, leaving behind only the gentle illumination of the war chamber and the murmur of alien voices deliberating over terms they never anticipated having to contemplate. Ultimately, the most sophisticated civilization in the sector was humbled not by humanity's advancement, but by their tenacity, the unwillingness to forsake tools that had proven effective for countless generations. The bow, after all, had never ceased to be precisely what it was designed to be.